na tumeambia polisi mtu yoyote mwenye atakaribia police station piga yeye risasi.
What are you saying? What are you saying? What is he saying?
Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen just gave a shoot to kill order. It was in a press conference where he was urging the police, when they encounter young people, young generation, young Gen Zs, the first thing they should do, they should shoot down the person and then wacha kesi ikue baadaye. And this shows how this regime has gone to lengths where a life of a person does not matter. They don't regard any life whatsoever of any Kenyan person. And what made me even happy the most, it is the reaction of the Kenyans who were present there. The reaction was superb. Imagine, after he said that police should shoot to kill without even thinking, the Kenyan people who were there, they gave their heartfelt reaction, instant as a karma. Imagine, Murkomen saw that he can say, or his words can just go unnoticed. And these people, each and every day, they are committing serious crimes, blunder after blunder. After that is when he realized that what I've said might be taken in a wrong manner. So he tried to, fluctuate the statement by saying, if a young man comes, with bad intentions, then you should shoot to kill. But the previous statement was shoot to kill without even a doubt, a shadow of a doubt, or shoot to kill without even thinking. And this shows the quality of leaders who we have. Imagine, I thought Murkomen was this brave person when he was a senator. Those were days way back before even the 2022 general election. I heard him speaking and I thought, hey, this man can be a very good type of leader. But as for now, as things continue unfolding, then you realize we chose shambolic leaders. We chose leaders who don't think about us. And then it's like, when a young person comes, maybe he wants to report, then there's no need to shooting. When a young person comes, he wants to write a case or maybe to take an OB for ID replacements. You should not kill, shoot to kill. But now, the previous statement was very worrying. And as a Kenyan, I am worried too, irrespective of where I am in this world. But, we need to educate each other. When leaders come in front of cameras with pride and exuberance to show us they are the people in power, they forget that us, the people, are the ones who chose them to lead us. It is not like the time of prehistoric, the old age, stone age period where, it was God alone who chose a leader for the Israelites maybe. In this time and age, it is God who chooses through the will of the people. So, the people are involved. So, saying you should shoot to kill these people who chose you. Imagine, you never know. Even the people who have died in recent years since Kenya Kwanza took power, you will find that even maybe 70% are the people who chose them. Leave alone these young children who have been killed. In fact, in just the recent protest, a young student who was going to sit for the national examination was shot dead, and he was just going home. And then a CS of interior, a CS of his caliber can come out and say, you need to shoot and kill these people. And this shows us what kind of life we are living in Kenya. And it is our time to stand up, make constitutional reforms where these people will not have the absolute power. And he went on bragging. But first, I want you to listen to this before we even proceed. Him telling the police, giving directives now in front of the police without the normal citizens and the normal people who, came there to record or to hear what he had to say. He told the police that they will back them no matter what. Even if the police shoots and kills someone, they will stand, and they will stand in the way of justice to make sure the police is safe and sound, irrespective of how many lives he has taken. He said if it's 10 or 20, just shoot to kill. But when you see there are many, you can run for your life.
So mnaona sasa vile hatuwezi kubali. Nilikuwa naongea na wenzenu wenye wako hapo kwamba hatuwezi kukubali tena polisi apikwe, police station ipikwe ama ofisi ya serikali. Hatuwezi. Hiyo jana ilikuwa ya mwisho. Mmenisikia?
Yes sir.
Hii bunduki mmepewa hapa, mimi sijapewa. Na mkupewa ndio ikuwe decoration. Mtu akijaribu police station anakuja kuchukua atu bunduki, anataka kupiga wewe maisha yako. Kiokoe kwanza. Hiyo story nyingine ya sijui ati wewe ulifanya nini, hiyo tutafanya baadaye na mimi nitakuwa mbele kukutetea.
Thank you sir.
Tumeelewana?
Yes sir.
Please, hiyo ya jana ikuwe ya mwisho. Police station na police officer. Unatoroka tu wakati unaona ile yenye uko nayo, hata ukipeleka 5 6 bado ni wengi. Lakini kwa mjinga watu 10 20 hapo, wewe unashindwa na hiyo kazi. Na ulipelekwa shule kufanya hiyo kazi. You have to protect yourself, protect the country and protect our nation. And we will defend you to the hilt. Mtaona. Waja walete Kiingereza ati jana ilikuwa nini. Si mtaona hata vile mimi nitafanya.
Yes.
Na nitafanya kwa nguvu yote. Na hii sio yangu peke yake, ni amri kutoka juu. Mumesikia?
Yes sir.
Yeah, so serikali iko na nyinyi 100% kuhakikisha kwamba you are protected from this heinous act. Yaani mtu anaenda kupanga kuleta watu ati wanatuambia ni a peaceful protest, tutafanya vizuri, tutafanya nini? Sasa hii ni peaceful kwa ndani. Kuna mtu peaceful hapa. So nawashukuru sana. Good job nyinyi wote. Niliwaona jana kabisa.
Thank you.
Kwa barabara huko wapi mkingangana.
As you have heard for yourselves, first of all, this was a directive from someone who is above the CS of Interior, Kipchumba Murkomen. And who is that who is above Kipchumba Murkomen as we speak, as for now? There are so many people who are below him in the ranking as for how government operates. But there are fewer people who can give CS of Interior directives and which he has to follow. And we know of one man who can issue those directives. So when the CS says something like that, just know it has been approved from a powerful man from somewhere behind the house which we call our own house, the Kenyan house, the house of the state. And that man is none other than yours truly, who you elected for him to give you a better governance, for him to eradicate corruption. And you can hear a CS, a mere CS, saying that police are doing a good job to, dismantle Gen Zs and young people with a shoot-to-kill order. It is very worrying as a Kenyan citizen to hear those sentiments. And to make the matters worse, this CS encouraged the police. He told them they were doing a great job. Yes, I'm not here to, say that some things that happened that fateful day were good. One thing we need to know is that Gen Z demonstration starts at around maybe 9 a.m. and it ends at 4 p.m. Anything from that, just know they are hired goons or maybe state operatives. In fact, I had someone by the name Truth Watchdog, I know you all know him, saying that the firearms that were stolen were taken by a DCI agent who he knows well, and he lives in Kamakis. I don't know if that information is verifiable, but he gave his own name so that in case they want to interrogate him, they can interrogate him. But where we are going as a country, it is not good at all. And one thing I want to advise you, my fellow Kenyans, I saw a video of, Kipchumba Murkomen going to visit the looted areas which were vandalized. And one thing caught my eyes. It is when he went to a Quickmart, these supermarkets that are in town, and there were IDs all over. Now, one thing you need to know, when you lose your identification card, please go and write a statement and make sure the government knows that your identification card got lost and explain the circumstances. Failure to that, if anyone whose ID got lost and it was there and they come for you, you will not have a choice. You will not have a chance to stand with them in court because they will say you were present. And that is what they do. You have even heard how, lost IDs are used in framing people or many heinous things. So please, when you lose your ID, just make sure you report that case immediately to the police. And one last thing, This man stood in front of cameras once again to say that the Gen Zs were committing, it is not a felony, but a treasonous act by protesting. My friend, I want to tell you, where you are heading to, you are heading in the wrong direction, because protests and picketing are accounted for in our constitution. So let it be clear that people will protest however they want, whichever way they want, and however way they feel they want to express their rights. I'm not saying that they should loot, vandalize, or do criminal acts, but be sure, if it is peaceful, then let them do whatever they want, even if it is day in, day out, until you get out of power. And let me tell you, my friend Kipchumba Murkomen, because you think it is every time or forever you will be called a sir, or you will go somewhere and you hear people saying yes sir. I'm telling you, power is transient. Power changes hands with a period of time. No one stays in power forever. And whatever you do, please make sure you do it correctly, because whatever you do may or will one day, in one way or the other, come to haunt you back. But saying it was a treasonous act, or a coup, or a state of anarchy, please, come on.
What unfolded yesterday was not a protest. It was terrorism disguised as dissent. There was no peaceful demonstration. It was riots, chaos, and anarchy. Let me therefore state unequivocally that we condemn the criminal anarchists who, in the name of peaceful demonstrations, unleashed a wave of violence, looting, sexual assault, and destruction upon our people. More than 10 Kenyans were killed. Investigations are ongoing on the numbers and the circumstance that this happened. Over 400 were injured. Close to 300 are police officers. Some left with injuries they will carry for the rest of their lives. Key government installations and offices were targeted. At least 9 police stations were attacked, 5 of which were torched, including Dagoretti, Molo, and Olkalau, to name a few. 88 police vehicles were destroyed. A total of 27 national and county government vehicles were destroyed, and 65 civilian vehicles parked in various police stations, including a school bus, were burnt. The criminals were aiming at the officers on duty. They were after guns in the armories and the police uniforms. 5 firearms were stolen in Dagoretti Police Post, Kiambu County, while 4 were burnt at Kashui Police Post by the very criminals who hid behind the pretense of a peaceful protest.
Terrorism, you say? Anarchy, you say? You know, you are using strong language with no physical backup. If there is anyone who broke the law, please apprehend the person and immediately take him to court for him or her to be prosecuted, regardless if it was a civilian or a citizen, or maybe your police officers. The sword cuts both ways. You can't say that people broke the law when we can clearly see even the police breaking the law. So anyone who is culpable, anyone who broke the law, please, they should be apprehended and taken to court to face justice. Without a further ado, my name is Anonymous Whistleblower, and thank you for your time. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Signing out. Cheers. Stand by in 3, 2, 1, go.